everybody, it's Charlie Grace with Charlie Grace Adventures, and welcome to Travel Talk Tuesday. This is going to be a fun show. Really excited about it. Lots of things are going on. We're just going to have a conversation, if that's okay with you guys, and we're going to bring people in the chat. So do me a favor right now and hit the like button, hit that subscribe and share, and let's talk about travel things. We got a lot of stuff going on, and we're getting ready for really big trips as well as really big events. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see who we have today. Oh my gosh, do I see Johnny Lightning? Hey, I made it this week. Yay. Thanks so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate that. Always fun and good to have you. We've got the Broken Nomad. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Oh, and my buddy Tim and of course Duke for Time for Exploring. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you guys are having a great night. And Coffee Nut. Hello, everyone. Glad I didn't miss this week. Got my Sleepy Time tea as my beverage of choice. Well, that's cool. I'm drinking water. I'm having some water tonight. Had a lot of tea today, so I've got to be careful on the tea thing. I'll be up all night. There's my buddy Bree. Hey, Bree, how you doing? Bree, okay, so here's the deal, guys. You can see the hair is up. That means I've been working. This is how this works, guys. We gotta talk about this. We'll get to that in a minute. But it looks like Johnny has a question. Charlie, are you going to play the cigar box guitar? The answer is yes, but not tonight. I'm getting ready. There is a huge cigar box guitar festival. So I'm getting ready for that this weekend. A lot of really cool people are coming in town in the Alabama area for the Cigar Box Guitar Festival. It's in multiple locations all weekend. So I'm going to be there and supporting them. It's going to be really cool. So very happy about that. This past weekend, there was a hot air balloon festival, and that was neat. Got to be a part of that. Weather was not that great. So we'll talk about that one too. Lucky to be here, let's just say. Here we go. Love the hair. Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's a hot mess, Bree. We're working with it. When I say hot, it's really hot outside. So it looks cute. Oh, thanks. So here's the story. Has anyone ever seen the TV show called Better Off Ted? I think Portia de Rossi was in it back in the day. And so it was a running joke, like an office story. And so she used to have her hair down. It was gorgeous and sleek and stunning. And then when she needed, someone had told her, said, when you mean business, you got to put the hair up because they got to focus, not focus on you, but just, when the hair is up, that means you're working. So so that's what I've been doing today, is working on a lot of stuff. And we'll get to that in a second, which is pretty cool. So what I want to know from you guys is, how's your week been? What's been going on? Do you guys have any travel plans coming up in the next month? I want to know from you what you've got going on. In the South, it's been hot. It's been stormy. It's been tornado-y. Let's just say rainy with a chance of flying cows. We all know that story. Had a very scary Memorial Day weekend based upon the weather. So very happy I was where I was, but for all my travel friends out there in RVs, it was a pretty big storm. So I'm been checking in with a lot of people to make sure they're okay. That's the big thing, is making sure people are okay. Looks like we've got more friends here. Hey, there's Fairy Dust. Good to see you. Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to pick on my hair today, guys. You can totally have fun. I've been called Pebbles, Bambi, the whole Fred Flintstone thing. Gotta love that. Stanley McFalls is here. What up, friends? Hey, buddy. Glad to see you're here. Here we go. So Broken Nomad has a short travel day tomorrow. That's cool. Hope you are doing well and feeling awesome for that. It's going to be really fun. Johnny Lightning says, it's better than it's been lately. Everyone's home and doing well. I'm glad to hear that. I have to tell you, you've been on my list of, sending you good thoughts and prayers. So lots of stuff going on. Everyone's got stuff going on in their lives, guys. We just got to be there for one another when these things sort of hit the what. Coffee Nut says, stormy here in PA too. Yeah, it was pretty intense. If you were in any kind of thunderstorms this past weekend, it was, wow. Here comes the big news. Yay, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this. I sold my house last Friday. I hit the road June 6th in my RV and traveling to Kentucky. Yeehaw, Charlie Grace. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. You're coming to this side of Mississippi, dude. I really try to get out that side. It just didn't happen. But now you're going to be closer to me. And I travel through Kentucky all the time. So, and it's just a little hop, skip, and a jump. Just saying. She'll have to figure something out. Okay. Oh, there we go. The Real Life with Adrienne Ruth. Not traveling till the end of June. Not a problem with that. Listen, I've had a couple months where I need to get some stuff done, and order things and get ready and just mail, just things I need to get done. And I freak out. Honestly, I get a little stressed because I'm going to be doing small little things for the next 3 weeks, but then after that, I'm gone for a while. So if I need to have things ordered or shipped, it's nice to do it while I'm, just in the studio and have it all come to a place where I can pick it up. That's really the goal, in my opinion. That's why I like. All right, let's see. No travel plans till the fall. That's fine. Actually, I love the fall. I think fall and winter are great times to go traveling. Really do. I just don't do snow. So as long as you're going someplace where there's no snow, I'm down with that. Chase those 70s, baby. Chase those 70s. 65 is good too. Just saying. All right. Whew. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Good to see everybody. That's so much fun. So let's get caught up a little, shall we? Let's see what's going on in the world of Shirley Grace Adventures and Travel Talk. So let's start with the beginning. I am in full blown getting speakers and getting excited for the Van Life Travel Virtual Summit happening in November. So I've spent a lot of time. There's a whole list of topics. The theme this year is going to be female van life. Now, that doesn't mean dudes can't join, has nothing to do with that. It's just, it seems like that demographic gets a little ignored on some of these bigger summits. And we just thought we're still going to hit some of the main topics, but we're also going to put a little focus on some of those questions that all of our female friends have sent in so we can get them answered and maybe help out other females along the road too. So I'm really excited about that one. So it's going to happen in November. If you guys want a ticket, all you got to do is go to vanlife.travel. Now, I will say this. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, guys. This is free. It's simple. It's easy. It's really cool. And I think all they do is you click a button and you send an email. It goes and they put you on the list. And then when the time comes, they send you another. It's going to drive me crazy. My hair is just absolutely out there. They'll send you a ticket and they'll send you a link and where you go. And that's, yeah. So we'll figure it out. Anyways, so yeah, really excited about this. So if you haven't tried it yet, if you don't have a ticket yet, you should do it. I mean, it's not happening till November. You got plenty of time. It's free. You got nothing to lose. And if you know someone that might be an interesting speaker, let me know too, because we've been looking for lots of different speakers on different things. And I am really excited of the level of expertise, industry experts, people on the road, normal everyday people who are willing to share their skills and hacks and tips. I think that's really cool. So it's going to be really neat. I'm really excited about this. Yay. Oh, did I see Naj show up? Hey, Naj, how you doing? Thanks for being here. This is so exciting. So yeah, really excited. So if you guys want to do it, go for it. And if you know someone who might be interested in presenting that you think would be a good fit, let me know. They don't have to be a YouTuber. They don't have to be an Instagrammer. It's sort of interesting how people are like, oh, all these influencers are helping out. It's really, there's a lot of cool people out there that aren't really even on those platforms that are experts in their field. That are willing to share their knowledge. So that's what I think is going to be neat about this. So we're not looking to do a whole big, influencer kind of thing. It's more of a factual, exciting, and it'll be entertaining because, if I'm getting the hosts or the platform for people doing the stuff, it's going to be entertaining no matter what. So it'll be fun. Did I see Gonzo Book? Hello from Lebanon, PA. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night tonight. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. So that's been my number one thing. Number two is if you know the Adventure Van, is it time for an Adventure Van update? I don't know. Should we do an Adventure Van? It's been a while. I think we should do one. Let's do one. Let's see if we got this. Hold on. Where is it? Oh my gosh, this is so wild. I don't know if you guys are having some issues with StreamYard lately, but it's time. Let's do some camper van news. So I put out a video a while back about the best in-show camper van, which is Westfalia, which most of you guys know used to be on the VW buses, like I call them the OGs of camper vans, right? They're really cool. And the old ones are really cool, but they're really tiny, really tiny. The new ones now are in a Ram ProMaster. So they got a much bigger body, a lot more space to work with. And they've kept it very European, which I think is interesting. So, they got European design. They're still keeping propane in it and, and batteries. They're doing some different stuff. And I love that. I love how they've got the second seat. But I've had a lot of interesting comments on this, which I think is really odd. And I'll tell you why. Because I had a gentleman, I don't know if it's a gentleman, I'm going to assume it's a gentleman, make a comment because I made the comment about the ground clearance. Most of these camper vans, they're taking out the spare tire and they're putting like generators and other things, batteries underneath the carriage of these vans. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't have a spare tire for so long, because that's where my generator was. Well, he made a comment going, imagine the audio going out, right when she says it's only 6 inches, 6.5 inches of ground clearance or something like that. And I thought, it's really not a shock for those people who are out there, they're shopping. They're seeing a lot of that. And especially on these high-end camper vans, like our Airstreams, our Gretches, things like that are more like touring vans. They're not meant for these off-roading situations. So if your expectation is to have an off-roading van, may not be the thing to look at. So just letting you guys know that, because like I said, the comments have been really all over the board, but there have been quite a few negative comments. I was like, interesting. Is it coffee time? Is it coffee time? I think it's coffee time. Oh my gosh, I love when it's coffee time. Okay, who's gonna drink the coffee tonight though? Oh my gosh, let's say, ooh, hold on, let's go this way. It's raining money, coffee time. I love that. Thank you so much, Gonzo Book. We always appreciate you. Really do. Always fun. Okay, let's go. Here we go. And Tim is now back. So we can start over again. Tim, we've been talking about you the whole time. Just in case you want to know, you may have to rewind. And if you don't, that's fine. We'll just talk in front of you. So for those who don't know, Tim is having a huge experience. I'm really excited for him. He just sold his house and he's going to be coming over to the east side of Mississippi. And we hope to see him there, which would be cool. Okay, Stanley, your vacation starts this Sunday for a whole 12 days. 12 days? Really? That's pretty awesome. I'm very, very jealous. I don't know if I've ever had 12 full days of vacation, like consecutively. That would be a little different. I haven't had that. I have to think about. It's been a while. He's like, cool, man. I love y'all. Right here, baby. Right here. Just saying. We love you too. It's always a good thing. All right. Broken Nomads, guys, coffee. It's always coffee time. He's a coffee aficionado too. If you guys want to have any coffee questions, I think you guys should ask him. That's the way to do it. Okay, this is kind of driving me nuts, guys. I'm gonna fidget with my hair all night. Okay, I hope to see you at the Glamp Out. Oh, I am ready. I am so ready for the Glamp Out. I'm just trying to figure out. So the Glamp Out, if you guys don't know, and you go to my website, if you go to charliegraceadventures.com, you'll see there's a Glamp Out coming out in June in Ohio for all of our friends. The Adventure Bandits are putting it on with their volunteer group. And it's an 80s theme, a 1980s theme. So I'm an 80s kid. I was around, I was hanging out, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, a lot of cool things out there. I don't know what I'm going to do though. I was trying to figure out an outfit because you guys go out all the time. You guys always have these really cool outfits and everyone's ready out there. So I got to think of, I don't really want to do Madonna. I don't look like the Madonna type. I could do Molly Ringwald-ish, but I don't know. I mean, I got the red hair, but I'd have to sort of tighten it up and make it shorter, maybe like this and do something fun. I don't know. I could do it. It'd be fun. It'd be a good time. Haven't figured out the outfit though. Working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. Stanley says, I was thinking of renting a camper and hitting the East Coast. You should. Oh my gosh, Stanley, come on. We're all doing it. Everybody's doing it. There are some cool places to go to. And I will tell you right now, for the first time in my life, I finally have a really good routing program that I love. And I might be sharing it in a video in the next week or two because I have been paying for this thing for years and I've never truly used it to the way it's supposed to be used. And now I'm like, there's no looking back. It's just phenomenal. But I want to show you guys how to use it because I think that's important. So then we can all use it together. Because like I said, no one showed me how to do it. And because of that, I just wasted my money. I'm like, I should have just, taken the time to learn it, but a little stubborn. What can I say? Jai's like, where in Ohio? Oh, it is in Mineral City. Good question. It's at Lake Atwood Park. It's actually in the watershed situation south of Cleveland. Never been to this campground until last year. Beautiful campground. Absolutely stunning. So I was really impressed. So I'm going to be there probably Wednesday through Sunday or Monday, something like that. But the event, I think, is Thursday through Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's really cool. Have fun. Have fun, Stanley. There we go. Oh, Gary says I should be Molly Ringwald. Yeah, I know. I could do it. I could like pin the hair up or something and do a Molly Ringwald. I could do the whole pretty in pink dress. I could have fun. Or I could do the Breakfast Club thing. But every time we go to the Glamp Out, they have amazing music. And I mean amazing music and dancing. So like I got to think about what I could dance in. There's that kind of thing. That would be fun. So we will be there on the 14th on site 237. Well, cool. I don't even know what site I'm in, to be honest with you. No clue. I just show up and they put me where they put me. But I think I am hosting a campfire Thursday night or Friday night. I don't know which one. So if you want to come over, feel free. I'll be there hanging out with some s'mores and some jams, and we'll do some fun stuff. So I'm excited about that. I love RV Trip Wizard. Now, don't just ruin the fun there, Tim. I'm saying I love it too now. I've never played with that thing until now. And now I'm like, this is awesome. Dude, I'm sold. Hands down. Done. Just loving it. Lots and lots of history on the East Coast. So I'm actually a little excited about that part. I'll tell you why. I've lived in the South for a long time, and I've been entrenched, I guess is a good way of putting it, in Civil War history stuff because I've lived on the battlefields. I've lived with, generational discussions of, everything from not just the people that served, but the people that were there and the people that considered themselves occupied, just whole different streams of different stuff. But it's a different situation when you go further east because they're talking Revolutionary War and they're talking about, how things started and whatnot. And there's so many great stories. And I'm really into Native American history too. So there's lots of stuff I just really want to dive deep a little further in. And I'm going to go to Plymouth Rock. It's on my list. Got to check that one off. But I have a lot of family history in North Carolina. So that's why I've been spending a lot of time in North Carolina, just learning some things about where the people were, what they did, and things like that. So it's been really cool. Really excited about that. I am Prince and Shelley. Really? Shelley's gonna be Boy George? Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That is so cool. Prince, I could see. I could do the whole like was it Wendy? They got the hair, it goes on the side, the whole that would be awesome. But I never know what the weather's gonna be like. If it's gonna be super hot, or like you gotta sort of go with something. So this will be fun. If you guys have an 80s idea costume, let me know. I think this will be good. I live in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and I'm about 3 hours from the beach. Well, darn you, Stanley. Geez. I'm just saying, South Carolina's pretty. I really do like South Carolina. Okay, Coffee Nut says I should do Cyndi Lauper. I have a Cyndi Lauper costume I did a long time ago. I don't know if I could dig that out somewhere. That would be fun too. But her voice, I can't do her voice. That's the hardest part. Because when you do it, then you got a voice. It's a thing. Okay. So I go to Toledo and make a left. Yeah, if you're coming from Michigan, you go down to Toledo and hang a hard left. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Look it up, Atwood. And it's not a state park, which I think is more interesting because I always thought it was a state park or county park. It's actually a park by the watershed. Really neat. And it's a great place for an event as far as I'm concerned. 80s music is still the best. I don't know. That's hard. That's a really toughie. I got to tell you, there's some good ones, but if you like the 80s music, let me know in the chat what your favorite 80s band, group, or song would be, because that's a toughie. I think even in the 80s, I still liked I was probably into classic rock, and I was probably into R&B a lot because I had family working in the R&B industry. I was listening to Whitney Houston and the Gap Band and the OJs and Foreigner and Boston and Led Zeppelin. And I mean, I was musically diverse. So 80s, I'm thinking like Depeche Mode and Flock of Seagulls. And, 80s were Tina Turner, Prince, Michael Jackson. Probably, yeah. That's that. And to me, the 80s, that seemed like both, maybe like a little Daryl Hall and John Oates, like mixed in there. Because they went from the 70s to the 80s. It's an interesting decade. It really is. And the clothes were pretty out there too, which I think are cool. That's right. Tim grew up in Toledo. That's right. He's a Toledo guy. Travel Adventures with Eric B. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Thanks so much for being here. RV Grandma, you'll be shocked when you see how small Plymouth Rock is. I'm sort of expecting it. I've got low expectations. So it's okay. It's more just a check. It's just an interesting place. And I think I've got one night in the Plymouth area, which will be fun. And for me, although I love the coastline and I really like the beaches and stuff, the wind in my hair makes my hair a disaster and it gets all natted and nasty. And then I'm like, ugh, sea salt, all that kind of good stuff. So I gotta think about that. And I gotta wash my van more frequently too in the sea salt. I always forget about that. But it's a thing. It really is a thing. So, okay, stop laughing, dude. It's a thing. Just saying. There's my buddy, Thrifty Angela. Hey, little ginger love. By the way, happy belated birthday. Hope everything's going okay on your side. And I saw the little guy graduated. Oh my gosh. Jeez, I'm telling you, they're growing so fast. It's killing me. Killing me. All right. Sunrise and Snapshot Adventures. Hello, everyone. Hey, how are you? Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, I'm having like a little hair moment, so everyone's just gonna have to deal with me. Sorry, guys. I think we're gonna have to have that conversation. We are getting to the point where maybe I'm letting my hair do the 80s thing pretty soon, where I'm just gonna like let it go and just have huge hair because I can rock that. That I can do. I have naturally wavy, crazy hair. I could see that one. That'd be an easy one to do. Okay, see who else is here. Ooh, Van Halen. Ooh, from the 80s. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, I have some Van Halen stories. This is fun. So, David Lee Roth, believe it or not, lived in Dayton, Ohio. There's some stuff about that, and he's an interesting person in himself, just a little on the eccentric side, and I can say this honestly because I met him, that kind of thing. Um, I've never met a man with more spandex in my life, and I'm talking I know bicyclists, but he has probably more. Just Alright, Eric says he's more of a '90s music kinda guy. Well, there you go. My son is a '90s music kinda guy too, but I'm having a hard time because he's into '90s, like, harder rock, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, that kind of stuff. It's a little interesting. Not that I don't like it, it's just different, not maybe not my cup of tea all the time. Maybe I like a little bit. Cypress Hill? Totally down with Cypress Hill. Love that. It's like, Slayer. That's a good one. Not just like Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Yeah, I mean, we had some really good freaking music back in the day as far as like classic rock. I really think we should label classic rock decade specific. Naj, I think I got a point here. We're going to go with this. I'll tell you why. Because I do not believe the Foo Fighters or Guns N' Roses is classic rock. Now, are they influenced by classic rock? I could say that. But in my mind, I don't see that as classic rock. I don't know. Call me old fashioned, but that's what I'm thinking about. Tina Turner actually started in the 60s. I know. And her story is amazing. And she's from Tennessee. She's from Tennessee. And she was in Muscle Shoals and did a lot of recording down there too, which is fun. But I was going to say in her heyday, when everything just went, her solo career went crazy, it was huge in the 80s. And that's when Columbia Record and Tape Club, do you guys remember Columbia Record and Tape, where you get like 13 albums for a penny or 13 CDs for a penny? She made bank when it came to those things. Because I think a long time ago, I remember working in the post office back in my teenage years, and she was like the album that was everyone got. If you didn't put an order, you got the Tina Turner album for free, or you had to pay for it. And yeah, she did really, really well. Let's see. Now just saying hi to Eric, and Thrifty saying hi to everybody too. Oh my gosh. The crazy hair is awesome. Well, it's something. It is definitely something. We're going to roll with it. It just is what it is, right? I just can only do so much in one day. It's been a lot of fun. I like 90s R&B, rap, pop, and rock. Interesting. So I like 90s R&B too. And there's some things I don't say I swoon over, but music just moves my soul. It always has. It's very, I love it. So, and not just like Cypress Hill. Check. It's fun. It's been really fun. I bought my son a CD player. I don't know if it was for his birthday or Christmas. I can't remember which one. And I got a Sony CD player, like a nice little boom box. Really excited about this. And we were going to go on a trip, and he buys he's into K-pop. So just to let you know right now, K-pop plays in my house all the time. All the time. And I can talk Luna, BTS, 17. I can talk all these things because I know it and I hear it and I memorize it, because once I hear it, it just doesn't go away. So our CD player broke. We've only had this for maybe 6 months at that kind of thing. Not really long at all. And it's a Sony. So I was a little disappointed. I always thought Sony was a much better, product per se. We're not rough on this thing. It sort of sits still. It doesn't go too far. But so I had to order another CD player. But We were talking the excuse me, we were talking the other day. See, I got a drink. I've got a tickle in my throat. Mm. If you had the choice of records, CDs, cassettes, or 8 tracks, I'm going to say it again, records, CDs, cassettes, or 8 tracks, which would you prefer? Put it in the chat. I'm just sort of curious. I was a tape person. I mean, I had an 8-track player, I had a CD player, I had the whole thing. Records were okay. They just scratched. I found them to be more fragile, and depending on the system you have, it scared the crap out of me. I do not own a record player today, and I think I get rid of most of my records. I'm still more of a fan of CD because I like the way I like the crisp sound, and a lot of things had to get remastered when they went to CDs. So when I go on a trip, I've taken a lot of my old CDs and put them on for MP3 so I can listen to them. And I have just big folders of like 200 CDs, like multiple things, from everything from smooth jazz to, everything we've talked about. Sort of crazy. All right, see what you guys like. Columbia lost big time with me. Kansas State Law hooked me up with tons of free music and books from them. I bet they did. Very cool. Okay, Tim likes CDs. Yeah, see, I like CDs. I do that. Naj likes records. They're classic. I like the album. I like the cover. I like how this is doing it. It's really, really cool. Nomad says CDs. There you go. Some recent snapshot says our daughter loves K-pop and got her husband into it also. Dude, once you go into that, it's a whole nother world. It's just like, wow. But it's cool. It really is cool. There's nothing negative in the K-pop world per se. That's what I think is pretty cool about it. In general, it's love and uplifting and fun and stuff like that. So, in dancing, lots of stuff you gotta learn. Love that stuff. Coffee Nut says CDs. Love that. Gary says CDs. Love that. Johnny says CDs, but although I still have my turntable, with 700 albums, I don't have a stereo to play them. I'm so sorry. We'll have to help out Johnny on that one. That's good. Oh my gosh. And the Gonzo book says streaming. It's so much better. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Streaming is good. And you know who I think likes streaming the most? Rosie. Rosie loves streaming. Because I can put more attention on her than on changing out the CD. See? That's how that works. Thank you so much. You are so kind. I do appreciate those things. It does help out on the coffee fund, or the sweet tea fund, I should say. I know you guys like coffee. I enjoyed CDs. Tapes were cool. Growing up, 8 tracks were sort of before my time. 8 tracks were neat, but they did always click to the next, like sometimes in between the song, which wasn't cool. Like, I think I had Eagles Hotel California, and I can't remember which one it would go between. I was like, well, what's the purpose of this? I didn't understand that. Very, very annoying. I still have my old turntable and my brother's DJ equipment. Ooh, there you go. That's really cool. That is cool. I like that. That's a neat idea. Albums are coming back some. Albums are really definitely coming back. There's no doubt about it. I wish I could find that. Here's a good story. I was at Vanarchy in Northwest Arkansas, and there was all these really cool classic bands. And I kid you not, someone broke out a turntable with speakers, and they played it. I think it was on like a Jackery they had, and they brought out like a record crate, like a milk crate full of records, and was playing records out of their van. It was so cool. And I was like, when you start having a van and you start really thinking about space as a premium, you think really long and hard about, where am I going to put this? If I put it there, I'm not going to be able to take this. Like, you got to really make it. I mean, I always say if you're going to take something, it's got to have multiple uses. Like we'll call it my luxury item is my toaster. And it's still only a 1-slice toaster because, it takes up so much space. And this guy had a whole record player with a milk crate of records. I was like, it's either impressive or the fact maybe he only has 2 sets of clothes. That's the only thing I could think. I'm like, where do you put all this stuff? I have no idea. It's really cool though. Let's see. I have a record collection and disc collection. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. Streaming is great for saving space. It is. Here's the problem, okay? Because some people stream it, but they still want to save it, and then they have to pay for the storage of saving. It just gets to be this big. I think data is a big business. I think it's a huge business. So we're gonna have to talk about that because I'm making some money moves on data and satellite stuff. Ooh, I've made some decisions today that you guys don't know about. I'm excited. Yay. Sorry. I'll just, I'll tell my members first and then, you guys will know later. Just saying, members always get first sneak peek at stuff, except for the crazy composting toilet picture, which, yeah, if you guys saw the composting picture, you'll understand what I'm talking about. My dad's truck had an 8-track player. My dad's van did too. We had a 1976 Ford Econoline white van with blue shag interior and these huge subwoofers and this crazy equalizer and an 8-track player. And we played everything. We played Zeppelin. We played Pink Floyd. We played oh gosh, everything. I just it came with some CDs or some CDs, same 8-tracks. I'm trying to figure what happened to that. There was a box of 8-tracks when he passed away that I was looking for. That was really cool because I was like, oh, I remember that. That was good memories. Good memories. 8-track tapes were invented by Bill Lear, the same guy that invented the Learjet. Interesting. I wonder if he put it in the Learjet. I wonder if he put an 8-track player in the first jet. That would be sort of fun. We'll have to look that one up. That'd be interesting. There we go. It's cool seeing new music on records. It is. It really is. And there's National Record Store Day or National Record Day, or is Record Store Day. That it was just a few weeks ago, and I love supporting these local businesses. And I got to be a part of quite a few record days, especially in Nashville. And I want to give a shout out to Jack White, who's like the Willy Wonka of Nashville, and he did a recording on National Record Day, and then had it, printed that day, and then brought it back to Third Man Records and started selling little copies of it. It was really impressive. So that's a really interesting thing. And a big shout out also to Welcome to 1979 Recording Studio. They actually record on the master album and then have that sent, which is really cool. So not many places have a lathe that actually can, record on the LP. They're much thicker, by the way. They're really thick. That's a really neat thing. So if you like analog and you just sort of like some history on that, really great recording studio. Check it out. There's Fat Matt. Hey, howdy, folks. How are you? Hope you're doing great. Do you have any cool camping things coming up with the boys? I'm telling you what. There's someone, Matt, in the Texas area that's going to be selling a truck that is ready for camping. So if you know anyone who likes truck camping and has it pretty much put together, hit me up. I'll connect you. Really excited about this. I know it's in Texas. All I know is it's in Texas, and people are going to be asking me pretty soon. So I'll let you have first dibs. You heard it from me first. How's that? Johnny Lightning says, who needs more than 2 pairs of shorts and 4 t-shirts? Well, apparently the guy with the record player. That's what I'm thinking. That's, that makes sense. It's like, Matt, I know. He's like, Bree. Well, we love Bree. This is great. My dad's RV had an 8-track player. See, I wish my parents weren't into camping much. They were too busy on the weekends. They had other things going on. So that wasn't really like a thing. I dreamed of it, and I had to wait till I was my own adult to get one, but that's really cool. I'm glad you had that experience. I really am. I'm really happy you had that experience. That's so cool. Okay, Broken Nomad's telling me about his wardrobe. Yeah, I need at least 6 pairs of shorts and 14 t-shirts. Good to know. No hoodies? I'm sorry. What about the underwear? Geez, if we're making a list here, dude, better be very specific. Gonzo says, you guys don't look that old to remember 8-tracks. Well, I am a Gen Xer. Let's start with that. I'm a Gen Xer. I've been there, done that. I was there. I got the badge. Wait. Oh, there we go. And 4 hoodies. I knew it was coming somewhere. Very cool. Now just like, Batman, woohoo! Hey, do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat if my sound is okay. I don't want to talk too loud. I'm working on this microphone, and it's hard. It's a little touchy. I don't want to talk too loud, but yeah. Broken Newman is like San Antonio area. Who are we asking about that? Okay, 1. So I'm okay. I'm not too loud. Okay, great, guys. I appreciate that. It's hard. On this side, it's hard because you go on live and you're like, am I just blast 1 1 1 1 1? Okay. Let me say that a few times fast. Nice. So we talked about a few things. Let's go with the hair is up. That's all I hear. That was important. The van has a problem that hopefully will be resolved very soon. I've had a leak in the power steering fluid for a while now. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm really meticulous about taking care of my van. Really, It's a thing. I'm just got to tell you. I am not extremely mechanical, but I am like, I read the book. Like I'm looking up things and had a couple little things happen on my last trip. My brake light was blinking. Never had that happen before. So I thought I needed or I thought I needed brake fluid. So I stopped, read the manual, said, okay, it could be brake fluid. So I went and got some brake fluid. And then when I got back, I took it to my shop and I said, hey, can you just check out the brakes? And oh, by the way, we still have this power steering leak. I've got a video where it's coming. Okay. So they looked at it and they diagnosed it and they found it and they want to replace it with a new rack and pinion box. That, darling dears, one part is approximately $3,800. Now, we're going to replace it. It's going to happen. I'm not getting back on the road without a safe vehicle. I know a lot of people out there would be very upset and frustrated because, of course, it's a 2020 van. It's past the warranty. There's nothing that can go out there and get things, but it's a very expensive. It's like I'm buying another vehicle. In my mind, I'm buying another vehicle because it's a lot of money. However, safety is extremely important, and I would not want to get on the road and have a problem and be stuck somewhere and not be able to steer and who knows what. So like I said, I've been sort of putting in power steering fluid until we could figure out exactly, what we need to do. And in the entire time that I've owned this van, I've only had one major thing, which was the alternator. Pretty much gave out about 25,000 miles. So that's an odd thing. It can happen, but it just is what it is. And I was stuck in the middle of no man's land in the middle of Indiana. So don't want to have that happen again. That's why I want to have all this stuff, tip top shape before I go out again. So I'm going to have it taken care of here, waiting on the part. As soon as we get the part, then I'll take the van back in. I've got it at the studio right now. We'll take it back in and we'll let them assess and take care of that. But yeah, it's pricey. It is totally pricey. But you know what? You got to maintain things. And if anyone knows, trying to buy anything new these days, vehicles are obnoxiously expensive. So I would rather maintain and do the best I can. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. It's big. Well, I'm feeling it. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Think of the car. I mean, the other things I could buy with $3,800. But you know what? Like I say, safety is important. It's crazy it broke so soon. Well, you know what? Everyone keeps asking me about transmission issues. They're like, "Don't you have transmission issues on your Ram?" Like, no, it's been really great. I haven't had one problem on that. It's always been something else. But in general, I've been lucky enough to, like I say, catch it soon, get it maintained. I've got, full synthetic oil. I got new tires. I'm always checking things and making sure things work. I've got extra fuses just in case. So, I got to keep doing the best thing. Agree. Safety is always the best route. Yeah. Yeah. You got to be safe. You can't, I've got precious cargo. I got my dog, Rosie. I mean, geez, I gotta make, there's nothing, I don't say scary, but nothing is as much fun as being broke down the side of the road. Right. Yeah. With a dog waiting on a tow truck or who knows what. And you could be anywhere. Not what I want to do. No. Did you check for any recalls of that particular part, or is it only a 4-year-old van? I did do that. I will say when I was a kid, I worked for an automotive place way back in the day, like Napa. And one of the things I learned was, you sort of learn which vehicles were having issues with this and whatever that was. And I just kept my ear open so I could listen to things. And now that's the first thing you do is you say, I've got a 2020 Ram ProMaster 3500, any recalls first. And then you say, anyone having other issues with, power steering leaks or whatever. I went crazy on that. So that's, I wanted to see what I could do. And with 4,000, you could buy a used car. Well, in some places, not where I am these days, used cars are pretty expensive. It's insane. You're doing it right. Safety first. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's killing me. It's really going to be a hot mess. So I'm trying to make sure I can just get through it and, do the right thing. That's always the fun part. All right. Did I see Gonzo Book putting it toward the hashtag? Let's fix Gracie's van. Yeah. I love that. You are so sweet. I do appreciate it. I'm serious. You guys, all these super chats are always it makes my day. And it is what it is. For that, I think I'll show you how I think I'm dancing. How's that? You can tell I'm not the greatest dancer in the world, but that's always fun. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the hashtag. Hashtag let's fix Grace's band. It's gonna be a big chunk of change. It's gonna impact a lot of things because that money is sort of dog-eared for things, and I've got kids in college, so I'm lucky and I'm blessed to have saved some because you have to have an emergency fund. You really do. I just don't have that much right now, so I gotta put a little more away. Synthetic oil is the way to go. Yes, exactly right. Yep, you got to do that. Let's give our friend a thumbs up. Oh, thanks, Fat Matt. Thanks for doing it. Yeah, you guys, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up while you're watching and listening at home and having fun. If you're on your TV watching me, hanging out, just like maybe just lounging on the bed or like in your lazy boy. Like I've got my lazy boy love seat back here. Hello, way back there. Yeah, Rosie's like under my feet right now. We've had some storms over here. Yeah, we're dancing, dancing. My daughter's boyfriend bought a Tahoe for $3,000 and it's running great. Well, that's amazing. That's fantastic. I love that. I had to buy what I get? I got a Toyota RAV4, an '07 Toyota RAV4 with 150,000 miles. At the time, we couldn't find anything I was looking for a Toyota in general, but I was looking for something really reliable for my son. And it was pricey. It was still pricey. Couldn't believe it. Yep. Naj got our old '87 Allegro for $2,300 and still have it. Really? Dan the Vintage RVer, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm going to be up in New York. Dude, watch out. It just might show up on your driveway. Put that flamethrower away. I'm just saying, I know you got that out there to deter people from pulling in your driveway. But just in case, I'll bring like a big brisket or maybe like a barbecue so I'll put it on a stick and then you can use your flamethrower. We could do something fun. I know it really depends where you live and the price of cars. It does. It really does. That's a huge takeaway right there is, sometimes it's better to go to a more rural area for different things, but also in a rural area, trucks are more expensive. Trucks are expensive everywhere these days. I don't know why that's become the thing to drive. So if you are a truck person, it's a thing. Yeah. Yeah, love the flamethrower. Yeah, if you know Dan, by the way, if you guys are seeing some channels you haven't seen, make some friends. These guys are great. Dan does a great job. He has some fantastic, funny videos. I just adore him. But check these things out because it's like old home week here. We always get to hang out and do stuff. Wait, brisket delivered from Charlie Grace. I'm just saying, if you're cooking, I'm bringing. So, I like it smoked too, by the way. Just saying, smoked brisket sounds delicious. Naj, glad to see you. I'm listing from the Allegra tonight. Ooh, guess the flamethrower does keep the bugs away. I think that's a great way to do it. Last time I saw a flamethrower was actually at I think it was Schoolie Swarm. They were doing the big old bonfire fire pit thing. That's what they were using it to get lit with. And I thought of you when I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, Dan would love this. Dan would think this is a hoot. It was pretty cool. Really cool. All right, so let's see what else we got to talk about. Parts. I'm going to drop in the chat one more time. If you guys have not gotten your ticket, I'm going to copy and put this down here for the Van Life Travel Virtual Summit. You need to do it. I don't know the exact number of tickets that they're going to put out there, but I just want to make sure you guys get one no matter what, which I think is going to be cool. It's not till November. We got plenty of time for that one, but oh, Dan's like 36 years young. Are we talking about the RV or are we talking about something else? I don't know. Dan. You better elaborate on that one. Okay, you promised the story. Oh, the story behind the hair. Okay, all right. Yeah, I know. It's a little crazy, guys. So I've been working all day on some things, and part of it is working on the van, of course. Check. And if you guys have seen my latest video where I did an unboxing of a compost toilet, which I will say right now, I wasn't initially a fan. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is what I really like or what I really want. This compost toilet is fantastic for those people doing self-builds, fantastic for those people who, marine or off-grid, fantastic for those people who don't want to deal with plumbing, honestly. Don't want to have this whole thing, trying to figure it out, or want to put in an area that could be a shower, it still can take water on it. So it's water resistant. I love this thing. I think it's a fantastic idea. And um, I know a lot of people have incinerating toilets. That's a lot of energy. This takes zero energy. So sometimes simple is best, and it's simple and designed really well. That's what I think is really cool. So it separates the liquids from the solids. Um, and it's got some really cool components to it. So I'm standing by it. I'm just saying, if you're a person who wants to do a simple build, but you still want to have a bathroom or you still want to have a toilet, I think this is the way to go. I really do. I think, and I'm going to be building soon too. It's going to be exciting. We're going to do the Charlie Grace 1.0 adventure van. Yay! And still thinking about the chassis. Still, putting it out there, trying to figure out, do I want to go for a Transit Trail? Do I want to stick with my Ram ProMaster? Not thinking I'm going to go a diesel. So I mean, right now those are my two options. So we'll see how that is. Oh, Deborah thinks it's cute. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I know it sort of matches my dog. It's a mess. It's it's a hot mess. There's no way. Just go with it. Curly hair. Nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Charlie, where's Rosie Knight? She is below me. And one of the reasons why is because we've had some really serious storms, very serious storms, tornado warnings, 3:00 in the morning, having to sit up all night, just watching tornado mesocyclones, then turning into severe thunderstorms, then turning into hail and touchdowns of tornadoes. So there's nothing funnier than looking at me and or my family and let's see, this is fun. Here we go. Ready? Bicycle helmets in the hallway, because that's what they're saying these days. If you're in your house and you have the ability to put on your bicycle helmet or a motorcycle helmet or something, put it on. Protect your head, because things fly, things fall down, things happen. So I'm waiting for the day when I see someone out there after their tornado has unfortunately ravaged the area, and they're all wearing bicycle helmets. But I think it's a safe idea. It's a cool idea. So that's what we're doing. We're keeping them safety, or keep them near the areas that we hang out in the bathroom, whatever. And sometimes minutes and seconds count. Got to be prepared. Let's see. A Princess Bride reference in case folks think I'm being mean. Well, mostly mean. Got it now. Now I got it. That's awesome. Get a 4x4. Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about a 4x4. That's been on my list of discussion. And because I really do want to go out west, but then the question becomes, do I want a van or do I want a truck? A little different to think about. It's been a challenge. So we'll see what's next. I mean, I may go with something crazy like a Storyteller Hilt. Have you seen those? Those are pretty cool. They are a huge Ram truck with a monster, huge build out in the back. I think they're going for like $400,000. I'm like, I think I'll just borrow one for the weekend and test it out. I think that'd be cool. A 2x4 will work as well. It does. But you never know. Have you heard any campground refusing people because they only have composting toilet? You are the fourth person who's brought this up to me. So no, the quick answer is no, because I've never been to a campground where they've asked me about my toilet. I've been to campgrounds where they ask you, how old is your RV? They don't want more than 10 years old. I've been to campgrounds where they say they don't want DIYers. If it's not an RVIA certified RV, they don't want that for electrical reasons and other things that have happened. But I've never had anyone ask me what kind of toilet I have in all the times I've been doing this. So if you guys hear that, let me know. I'm curious about that. Never had that happen. Never, ever, ever. I don't even know where that came from, because there must be someone asking, because Harvest hosts and RV overnights, they say, are you self-contained? That means, do you have a bathroom? You can wash your hands, like that kind of stuff. They're not asking you what kind of toilet. They're just asking if you're self-contained. It's a good point, though. Deborah, no on the trail right now. Wait till they get the bugs out. Yep. Understood. Yep. Nope. That's the straight poop. I love that, Dan. That's awesome. A piece of wood won't help. No. I guess it's a bicycle helmet for me. The motorcycle helmet is outside. So I have my motorcycle helmet here too. That's pretty crazy. You know what? You do what's safe. Once again, we're sort of going back to the safety thing. Will a cheesehead hat work? Cheesehead would be funny. It would be funny. I love it. It's something's better than nothing, You just got to be prepared. A 4x4 conversion is on the list for the van in the next year. So, ooh, nice. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have a cool van. You've got a nice. You're. I'm excited to see when it's all done. I have a feeling you are going to be a perpetual van builder. I do, because you love working on your van and doing stuff. So it's gonna be neat. Sabrina Speakeasy. Hey, Charlie Grace, listening while I do the dishes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for doing the dishes. That is not my gift. I wish I could say I do it well. My children no longer let me wash the dishes because they know I can't see. And so I leave things and they just like, Mom, it's not clean. Let me take care of it. I'm like, okay, I'm good. So that might be a surprise tip for you. If you have someone else in the house, you might want to start not doing a great job at the dishes, just in case, we just a little tip for you on that one. The Cape Cod seashore area and up there, no cassette. Really? Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be up that way. We're gonna see what they say, and I will definitely be watching and I've never had that happen. Never. I've been to a lot of campgrounds. But you know what? I'm gonna be meeting with in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be going, if you are familiar with the National Indoor RV Superstore. They're having an event outside of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. And there's a lot of people, heads of industry in the RV industry, that are going to be speaking. I know the head guy of Gretsch, like luxury RV camper vans. I mean, we're talking $250,000 on up, plus. They're really cool. I'm going to ask him some of these questions, and we have a lot of people from different luxury campgrounds. So like Sun Outdoors, things like that. I want to see what rules are being masked and what's happening with their insurance, because many times it's insurance that are making them ask some of these questions. It goes back to, remember when they always said, you can't have a pit bull because of our insurance won't cover if it's a violent dog or something like that, which is ridiculous. And we all know pit bulls are amazing, sweet, fluffy, gorgeous. Love the ears. Oh my gosh. They're great dogs. Great dogs. It's the people, not the dog. Gotta love that. Deborah might want to consider an 8-track. Okay, we're still on the 8-tracks. You guys are killing me. I love this. I tried that a few times. My mom didn't let me off the hook that easy. I'll keep the CD. Good to know. Good to know. Are you going to stay in Cedars of Lebanon State Park? I don't know. I actually might be. It's a great question. I don't know yet. Honestly, I might be at the fairgrounds. I just did an interview with Patty from RV Life, and Patty's very interested in learning about this because, she's thinking about how she's going to travel next year. A lot of people start with bigger rigs, big A's, big fifth wheels, and sometimes their partners have health issues. And so unfortunately her husband has had a bad luck of bad health lately. And so she's trying to figure out how it's all going to go down the next couple of years. So that's why she's there to not only just like interview people and talk to people, but look at options. And I'm glad that she's still going out there and looking at things. I think that's going to be really cool and give her something to look forward to and learn about. And I've offered my assistance and said, hey, if you have any questions, just ask me. I'll tell you. I took apart my van and I can tell you how it's constructed and what it looks like. So that leads me to my last point of the night, other than thank you all for being here. You guys have been fantastic, and I missed you all. I'm so happy you're here. We had a nice time hanging out. Thanks for sharing your opinions. Thanks for sharing all the good stories and letting me know what's going on in your life too, and where you're traveling to and things that you're hearing on your side. It really helps make the community just all that much more better. Really cool. Okay, Dan says, Charlie, we're using our Allegro as our owner en suite this summer due to kids coming back from college. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's true. That's a great way of doing it. Yeah. I think people who take those things into consideration and use them as a second guest house, why not? That's fabulous. Yeah, Thrifty Angeles. Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. There we go. Gonza Book says, see you in Ohio. Bye-bye. Oh, bye guys. We will see you. Absolutely. We're going to have fun. I cannot wait for the Glamp Out. We're going to have a good old time. So here we go. Let's race. Here we go. I live for that. Woo! That's so much fun. All right. Thanks so much. Always a good time. Oh, they're so sweet. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very cool. So, yeah, so, I'm wrapping it up, and I'm talking about something I just lost my train of thought, guys. It just went like that. I'm hanging out, I'm playing woo! Don't even know what we're talking about. Imagine that. Me, live stream. I'm having what I call post-COVID brain, I think. Or maybe it's old lady brain, or maybe it's something else. I don't know. We're gonna have fun. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Always place first with us. Have a good one. Oh, you're so sweet. Dan, you guys are just rocking it. I'm telling you. This is I don't know what to say other than I love y'all. And you know it. It's really cool. So thanks, man. Who doesn't love a cute puppy? Who doesn't love an awesome dog? That's all I gotta say. You know, I have a hard time not bringing some home sometimes. I know it's a toughie, but thank you so much. That's definitely gonna go on the the fee to get the new van part. We're gonna keep spreading the love. We're gonna keep going across the country. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, squirrel. Yeah, brain. Yeah, I think it is. It drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. We'll see you at the Glamp Out too. Be safe and have a good night. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Hope you have a great night. Appreciate all the fun. And we're gonna go over to I think if is Johnny Johnny's Journey going live tonight? Do you guys know? If she is, I'd love to drop that link in the chat. If not, that's okay. And Charlie, you're not that. Oh, you're so sweet. You know what? I'll take it. Today, I'll take it. It's been one of those fun days. Lots of work to do. Um, yep. Oh, she is. Okay, great. If anybody wants to drop the link, I'd appreciate that. Broken Nomad, Thrifty, if you guys find it, or Bree. So, really quick before we go, I've had a leak of a water tank in my RV. I took it apart. And so I've been doing all these crazy science experiments in my RV with this water tank. So it's going to be interesting. You guys, the video will come out pretty soon. You guys will take a look at it. But it's let's just say I thought I had a boat for a while there with wheels. You know, these things happen. So in the meantime, you guys have a fantastic week. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Going to be hitting the road very soon. So live streams are going to be looking a little different. Not going to be in the studio anymore. We're going to be doing them outside. You're going to hear crickets and cicadas. Oh my gosh, the cicadas. Woo, do we have the cicadas? So we'll see you guys later. So until then, just remember, every day's an adventure.